Hey, how you guys doing? It's the producer from Brothers Comics. Welcome to the Who Day Over 40 podcast for long time, long suffering Cincinnati Bengals fans. Who day, everybody. It may seem like I'm calm right now, but it's just because I have no energy left. The Cincinnati Bengals today win the AFC North, defeat the 9 win in a row Kansas City Chiefs, 34
at
to
home
31 at home,
in Cincinnati
and win the AFC North on a last
without.
second Evan McPherson field goal. We're gonna watch the cut up copy here momentarily from the YouTube, but yeah, on the line it's Big Hutch. Hutch, what's going on, man?
I don't believe it.
Yeah, it's been wild as we were waiting for get a chance to record. Me and Goat Killer went back and listened to the preview show that we recorded versus the schedule, before games started. And, Sandman, and shouts out Sandman. I know you're going to listen to this later, man. We love you, brother. Sandman had him going 10-7. I had him going 11-6. You had the Bengals going 8-9. So we obviously were seeing marked improvement for the team, but at least for you, Hutch, there was no point that you were like, "Oh, these ninjas is about to make the playoffs."
Nope. There ain't no way in Hades that they're gonna make the playoffs. You had to play. Well, you had to play the AFC North. You had to play the Packers and the Chiefs.
Right. And COVID.
And COVID. And the offensive line is still fucking horrible.
Yes, we can get to that in a little bit too. Yeah.
And the rookie receiver was dropping more balls in preseason than anything.
Look, they're 10-6 right now with one game to go. We'll see what happens. We'll talk about Joe Burrow and a potential injury, but I don't think it's anything. They left wins on the table though. Should have beat Green Bay. Should have beat the Jets. Should have beat the Jets. You could have either won both of those San Francisco and Chargers games because you were in position to win both of those games after playing like complete dog crap. They left wins on the table. So to get to 10-6, to beat Kansas City today, to win the North, and you don't have socials, their social media parties in the locker room and afterwards have just been off the charts. So much cigar smoking, so much dancing, so much. They are excited, and the excitement is like where they can legitimately say, "Man, nobody predicted us to do this," and they went out and did it.
No, right. Nobody. Yeah. And me and my $20 or various other things donated to the ether. But no, like I said, Sports Illustrated had to win between 3 and 8 games.
Wow. Yeah, and it's not. And again, I could see how that would be, but we'd also, look, we saw Joe Burrow, and yeah, we would like to have gotten him protected or whatever, but it's not like you didn't see the potential that dude had, that he was going to be something else. You know what I mean? Like you knew. So if you have that dude, even though he's coming off that ACL and MCL, if he's upright, they're going to be able to win games. Now, he's gotten sacked 50 freaking times this year. That's way too many sacks, obviously, but he's a tough SOB. He's going to hang in there. God, he's probably avoided another 50 sacks, Hutch, with it sliding in the pocket.
Something like that.
Yeah. All right. So,
all
right.
I don't believe.
Yeah, it's still a little bit unbelievable. As I sent out in our group chat text, I was just like, I'm emotionally messed up right now. Like, I just can't even believe that actually happened. And the way that it happened, and we're going to get to that in a second. But before that, how were you feeling ahead of the game, man? I know we talked before, and you were like, we ain't winning this shit. There was no point in watching.
This was, I know this is an ass whooping that I'm like, damn, this Browns game gonna mean something.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, that was my thought as well. I was like, well, if they lose this, they still have hold on. You have to flip the top off, dude. like if they still have the Browns game, but then it's like, oh well, you got to root for the Steelers to beat the Browns. So the
Right.
Browns
Oh
don't
yeah.
have nothing to play for.
Right.
Like it was,
Right.
a bunch of
All
if
that
then
shit was going
statements.
on.
Right. And like,
Right.
oh my God, I got to cheer for the Steelers. But then what if the Steelers win both of their games? Now they're in the
Right.
playoffs.
We,
I don't want to see
right.
the
We got to
Steelers in
make
the playoffs.
sure to hope the Browns win
Right.
because we can stop the Browns. If the Steelers win, fuck, and the Ravens keep losing, fuck.
Right. Yeah, it was just a mess. But I felt, I mean, honestly, on here, I was like, sometimes with these games, I don't bother. Like, I can't watch the whole thing. It drives my blood pressure up. But this game, I was like, they're not expected to win. And since they're not expected to win, I'm like, oh, okay, I can go ahead and watch this shit, and there ain't no big deal. So that's how I was feeling. And I didn't tweet this, and I didn't send it to y'all, but I said it to my son, and then like a minutes later, somebody with a lot more followers tweeted the same thing. This reminded me of, remember when the Bengals played the Colts in 05? There was a home game, and says where the Chad proposed to the cheerleader after he scored.
I don't
remember it's 05. Like the Bengals were the young come up team. Was Carson Palmer's second year as the full-time starter, and this was their year to win the North. And they hosted the Colts with Peyton Manning in 05, and that would have been Reggie Wayne and that whole crew of offensive weapons. And they lost 45-38. The Bengals did, and I was like, this game feels like that.
I do remember that. Yes, I do remember us losing.
Yeah, I was like, this game feels like that to me because you got the young upstart team playing against an offensive juggernaut team that's a perennial playoff team with a Hall of Famer quarterback. And the Bengals lost that game because the defense couldn't meet the expectations. Well, the start of this game, you would be feeling the same. So let's just get into that. We're going to go to share screen. Let's see. I guess it would be here.
16 weeks still ain't figured out how to stop the stupid customer.
No, we're good. All right. So we'll get it queued up here on the YouTubes, and you can watch along with us.
We ain't never making any fucking money off this shit.
No, we are coming out from there. That's all right. Build the fan face first. Here we go. You good? Can you see it?
I can see the start of it. I guess it's buffering right now.
No, we're good. I just hadn't pressed play. So the Bengals won the toss and deferred, Hutch. So would you have done that too? Try to get the defense to get a stop? Because they did.
I would have put the offense on the field against these mother blankets.
Yeah, I thought you go out and you see that you can stop them. And if you can do that, then, you put your offense out there that's been doing well. So they stop them, and then the Bengals get the ball, but it's a quick 3 and out after a controversial first down call here that's going to be coming up. Now, they thought that they had gotten it, but they didn't.
How did he escape from Tyron?
But they initially ruled that as a first down, but it wasn't. So the Bengals had to punt. And then this. Yeah. Penalty.
Right.
A terrible call.
Yeah.
If they show it on the replay, you're going to be like, this is terrible.
The Chiefs have 3.5, 4 Hall of Famers on their team.
Yeah.
3.5, 4.
Right. The defense did their best in the first half, but the offense wasn't helping them out by putting them back out on the damn field.
Damn.
Yep. Air raid. So how was you feeling after that, Hutch?
If we won by there's no thoughts in my brain of us winning. None. So I was like, well, if we maybe keep it close, so we get blown out at home. forever. I mean, that doesn't do us anything on the win-loss thing, but at least keep it close, and then don't get hurt so we can play the Browns at full strength.
I mean, it was bad. You know, the offensive line was bad. I think he had either 4 or 5 total sacks a day. And Kevin Huber was bad today. His punts were bad. I mean, he did not play well. And special teams did not play well today, as you see this dude running up through the field there. It was not a good look. So the offense not playing well, special teams not playing well, giving them short fields. Like, this dude needs any help. Look at that. And then defensively, the Bengals in the first half were playing off and so afraid of like the pass that they just stopped. And then for whatever reason in the second half, Kansas City was like, all right, we're going to try to run the ball. And that wasn't to their benefit.
But their defense is awful too.
Well, I mean, they can get to the quarterback, but I mean, obviously Jamar Chase is going to, you know, make them ridiculously look bad. But you know, this debate that we've been having since last year, May, like, oh, well, the Bengals need to draft an offensive lineman. Well, you drafted Jamar Chase for these types of games because you're going to need to be able to make scores. So it's 14-0 here.
14-0 in the first quarter. Yeah, the first quarter.
Correct. Yes.
Right. Just look just like that Ohio State mess yesterday.
Right. But look at this. This is ridiculous. I'm sorry. There's 7 dudes behind him, and none of them could catch him. You know, it's funny. We were watching the game, and it was on a delay. And, you know, me and Goat Killer were like, this is some bullshit. And he went to the bathroom, whatever, and he came back. He's like, oh, I spoiled it. I'm sorry. I saw what they did. They just scored. I was like, wait, what? And then this play happens. It's just amazing. But the Chiefs it's an air raid, dude. Look at this. I mean, you know, on the COVID list this week, and again, everybody knows what they think. Trey Waynes, you know, he was out, and we got Mike Hilton out there playing cornerback. He shouldn't be out there playing corner. He's a blitzing cornerback. He shouldn't be doing that. And, you know, he should not be out there. So I know Trey Waynes has been hurt.
Let's keep it 1,000. All our cornerbacks ain't great.
Cheeto is a really good cornerback. Now, this is what I think, and this is in the end zone. But there was a play before, like on one of those drives where the dude was covering Jamar Chase and he got up and did the gritty. And the Chiefs, when they scored touchdowns, were also doing the gritty.
Oh, yeah.
That were disrespectful. You know, that was.
Them old blanks are, I mean, I'm sure that, I don't know what the hell they doing after that game. They're like, what the fuck just happened? Yeah. But this team is still probably going to represent the AFC in the championship. Yeah, and they're if you don't like us doing the gritty, beat us. And we beat them today.
They did.
Right. So, but I would love to see the repeat in 3 weeks.
This touchdown is ridiculous too.
All these touchdowns are ridiculous.
And another gritty.
Right.
I saw somebody had a shirt that said for Chase, catch, touchdown, gritty. I'm like, I need that on a t-shirt.
I mean,
and the Bengals, they struggled hard, man, like in the first half, doing anything defensively.
Right.
And then look at and then you just love this offense. It's like, oh, well, the plays break down. I'm just going to throw this shit 50 yards down the field and see what happens.
Right.
You know? And that was successful during the first half.
It's been successful for the last 3.5 years.
It's fair. Look at this.
All right. So,
this is bad.
This is some amazing shit. This is amazing.
So the Chiefs, after scoring or after punting on their first possession, scored touchdowns in 4 straight possessions after that.
Right.
You know, and we're sitting here like, well, the Bengals deferred. They're going to need to go get points at the half and then get the ball back. You know, you start doing that freaking, you know,
right.
sleep math. Oh shit, it's 3:30 and I gotta wake up at 5. If I go to bed right now,
right. I can stay for that test. Right, I got 2 hours to stay for that midterm.
Right,
I get a C on it. I pass the course.
Mm-hmm. So if you're watching along, it's Gronk and USAA. All right.
That's a whole nother story about Tampa Bay today.
Yes. But yes, more gritty. I think that was kind of disrespectful. That's disrespectful. I think, I think it was disrespectful. And obviously it was definitely remembered.
Right.
T was quiet today. Not the big ridiculous games he'd had like 4 of the last 5 weeks. Mm-hmm. So the Bengals move methodically down the field, and much like a lot of their drives in the first half, a penalty really like stood up. Kind of late in the game.
Too, right? Yeah.
No, I think he got hit there. Quentin Spain gets rolled up there. He gets carded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you trust Fat Randy in that situation?
Fuck no.
No. And so the Chiefs had an opportunity here. I don't know if you saw this. This was ridiculous. This was like, oh my God, no. Look at this.
I think there's also played in the fact at the end of the game too.
That's a drop though. I mean, I know Bell's gonna
I'm surprised they didn't call a PA on that one or PI.
Yeah, that was a drop. He had it and he dropped it, which was fine. Logan Wilson comes back from the separated shoulder and plays, but then we lose our other linebacker to COVID. So, all right, getting to the second half here, the Bengals get the ball and start driving, and they forget where Jamar Chase is.
Yeah, the Chiefs defense sucks. That's their defense is their offense.
But hold on, dude.
Their corners are worse than ours. But they do have a better pass for what?
But they on their 8-game winning streak or whatever, I think they'd only given up, and it was to the Chargers. They gave up like 30, but everything else they were holding teams to like 10 points a game.
Yeah.
And so the Bengals defense here, starts to, kind of hold, and they never get through to him. And there was an almost pick six, should have been. Right. Eli Apple had an earlier drop that led to points too.
Right.
You got those opportunities. You can't just let them go. That's all right. They get off the field. But I think for sure what you're saying, though, is the Chiefs defensive coordinator was like, we cannot put them back out on the field because it's obviously he's just ripping them to shreds.
Right.
So,
Well, here's the difference. I mean, I don't know. We'll see who will our offensive coordinator be. Well, anyway, we're going up against the Walrus. The Walrus, we know every NBA ain't calling these fucking plays.
Right.
Right. That's that other, the best fucking coach that ain't Belichick is on the other sideline. Right.
I mean, I don't know. Like this drive here, it ends in a like a third and 9 is a sack. Yeah, no, it's a sack. Yeah, they had an opportunity. They went for it on 4th and 1 near the 50, but T. Higgins had a great reception. And then, a couple of bad plays, a run on first down, which they should never do. And that was it. Yeah. And so, and then again, the Bengals defense, started to play better. They were giving up plays, but keeping everything in front and not letting him contain and throw them freaking 40-yard bombs down the field, because they were really like so afraid of the pass. And then they started to run the ball and they're like, well, I guess we're just going to run the ball and stop really throwing it like deep to challenge the Bengals. And then they couldn't get home. This is a 4th down.
Oh boy, we got no sacks today, right?
No sacks. The streak is broken for Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah, man.
But yeah. And then the Bengals get the ball back, start of the 4th. And this catch. T. They're the best 3 set of random. They definitely the best 2 wide receivers. Boy,
they're the best 3 wide receivers in there.
I agree, but I'm just saying.
I don't think anybody even close.
Yeah, them 2 together.
Right. If I mean, yeah, there's no three wide
Yeah,
receivers out there that are doing anything like this.
right.
Uh,
31,
I mean, maybe what the
28.
Packers? No, no, no.
No, well, their
There's,
number one is so much better. Good is so good, but then their number two
I mean,
isn't as good as he is.
Arizona. I mean, there for a while, but
Yeah.
but without well, Hopkins is out, and AJ Green was your second, third, whatever now.
hmm And then they
But
take the
yeah,
ball.
the Bengals are the Bengals have the best three wide receivers in the league, and you gotta double team number one
You
or
better.
triple team him, and
Well, apparently
if
you
you
don't.
can, if you
Well,
can.
apparently you don't because the Chiefs forgot about him somehow, some way. The catches that he makes today are contested, but a lot of it's single cover. It's like, how are you single coveraging him? They're like, I guess we're not going to let T. Higgins beat us, but you definitely don't want to let Jamar Chase beat you.
I don't let if I gotta put
Huge third down, by the way, here with the super blitz that they were able to get them off the field
right, yeah,
to hold them to a field
if
goal.
I had to, if you're gonna give me, if I gotta pick my way to die, I gotta stop Chase,
Mm-hmm.
and but Higgins is very capable,
Yeah.
and Boyd is very capable.
All right. So the start of this final drive here in the fourth quarter with 6 minutes to go. It's like, well, you want to go down and get points and keep him off the field. And this is exactly what the Bengals do. And there's a couple of incredible plays here and one
Right.
that will go down in Bengal history forever here coming up.
I think I saw a third and something.
Yes, you did. And then look at this catch by Chase. I mean, he's like got the ball hanging out there. I think he thought he was out of bounds. He was still in bounds.
Right. I heard. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That
It
play.
was a sack.
Yeah.
And then
Sack.
you get the 2nd and 27. We're going to
And
get
I
this
mean,
after the
they're
half.
bringing the house too.
Well, I don't think they needed to bring the house all that much. It's just that the line is so bad. Once Spain
But
went out, Jackson Carman came in, and he's not very good. And the whole right side of the line is just bupkis. So 2nd and 27. No, nothing.
out of bounds.
So we get the 3rd and 27. Now I'm gonna
Third.
pause this. I'm gonna pause it really fast.
Right. Oh
So
yeah. The
last
champion.
week, but last
Yeah.
week against the Ravens, there was this opportunity near the end of the half there where, he just threw it up the tee and go make a play, on a third and something like this too. Maybe it was like 3rd and 16, because everybody's going to drop and just keep it in front of you and get off the field.
Right.
But he just threw it up, like kind of in a Patrick Mahomes fashion. Like, well, if he catches it, that's great. If not, whatever's going to happen. This, though, is just
No,
that.
the chances of making a third 27
Yeah.
without a personal injury or pass interference or something
Right.
crazy like that at the
Right.
end of the fucking game against
Right.
the AFC North or AFC
West.
champions, well, they're still the champions of the thing until this all gets
Mm-hmm.
decided. But this is fucking incredible, crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Let's see this play because it's amazing. And they give him single coverage. I don't know. What are you thinking? I believe that's his last catch of the day where he winds up going and for 266 yards, an NFL rookie record, breaks the Bengals record, obviously.
Yeah,
Okay, now the
so,
end of the game is shenanigans.
now this shit.
Yeah, now we have a lot to talk about. Okay,
This,
so my thought is, and yeah, I'll pause again. My thought is, I'm like, okay, don't score until you
don't
have to,
score.
because
Right.
there's almost 2 minutes to go. Kansas City had all their timeouts, and I'm like, okay, don't score. Like, you just gotta wait and see what you can do. And then they wind up getting this first down here, that's coming up, and now it's like, okay, the clock is ticking, but they have their timeout. So like by the time you got the third down, you really Kansas City only lost like 10 seconds off the clock, and they were going to still get the ball back with a minute plus. I'm like, wow, you're going to kick a field goal here and give him a minute, and they got a pretty decent kicker. So
Right.
like when we get to, we're going to run it and play it. And when we get to these fourth downs, what were you thinking, Hush? You were like, shoot, do you go for it?
Okay, so this is. I'm like, all right, it's third. Oh, I'm like third and under and a little over 2 minutes. I'm like, okay, you get the first down without scoring, great, do
Yeah.
it.
Running the
but
clock.
I was like, okay, somebody's got. From this point, I'm like, all right, score a touchdown, and
And just good luck.
and good luck, right?
Right.
And here,
Yeah, I don't think they were trying to score on the first couple of sneaks. I don't.
On the first couple,
The first two, I don't think so. This third down, I think they were trying to score, and then they don't.
And I need a pause after this one.
Okay. So where's your thinking about Zach Taylor's balls here? I'd be like, you know what, we're going for the win. Because at first I'm like, I can't believe they're going to go for this, but also don't play scared, because if you give him the ball back, he's gonna, they're gonna go down and score more than likely. Right. So what was your thought process?
This right here is the alcoholic moment of the month. 2 days into the new year. Right. I'm like, okay, fourth down, they going for it?
Yeah. But what was your thought? Like, you want him to kick
my thoughts were, once I saw this score, I'm like, fuck, we're gonna lose on a bullshit ass touchdown at the end of the fucking game.
Correct. If they went for the field goal, you mean?
Right.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like, they're going to give the ball back and wind up
game all over again.
Right. Yeah, because it wasn't like it was at the 2. This shit's on like maybe the 1.5, the half-yard line. I'm like, right. You can't get a half a yard?
I've railed on anything about the offensive line forever, but we can't make a fucking half a yard on 3rd and goal and 4th and goal or whatever.
Yes, they've been terrible in short yardage situations.
Right.
Terrible. Yeah.
Terrible.
Agreed. So I'm like, well.
But I thought the percentage said kick the field goal and whatever happens.
Well, and it's so funny because at the beginning of the game on the Bengals' first possession, they don't go for it on that 4th and short, where Chase came up short where the challenge flagged it. It was like, man, maybe they should have gone for it there, because as soon as they don't punt, the next 14 points that happened were the freaking Chiefs, scoring 14 points, and you were down 14-0 after you could have gone for it on 4th and 1 and hopefully gotten it.
Right. 2 weeks ago, the Chiefs were playing the Chargers, and the Chargers were at home, and they was like, "Fuck it, 4th down, go for it."
Yeah, exactly. Anything under 5 yards, you might as well go.
I mean, they were going for it on being there every 4th down. And I think that's how you have to play the Chiefs. You really kind of do.
Right. You can't allow him to have all those extra possessions. Right. Yeah. Right. Because if you give it to him at the 30-yard line, okay, but then you punt and it wasn't a very good one anyway, and then they wind up getting it at, like the 30 or 35 themselves on their side of the ball. It really ain't that much of a difference. What, 15 yards?
And they're going to go for it too. They're going for it. They're going to try to win this shit.
Right. So we go forward, and it's just a crazy turn of events here at the end of the game. So we get the 4th down, and
whose head is in that helmet?
I don't know, but these are not great play calls here too. You go,
no, they're not.
Yeah, I mean, and then he's super pressure.
Right.
And people are like, "Oh, wait, that's a bad penalty." No, it definitely was a penalty.
This is fucking. Yeah. There's so many horrible things going in my fucking head at this point.
Yeah, and at that point, I'm like, oh, they're gonna win because that's an illegal hands to the face. That's a 5-yard penalty. That's an automatic first down. They got no timeouts left. You're just gonna, center the ball and roll Evan McPherson out there, and that was it at that point. But there were 2 4th downs here. They didn't show the evidence.
Right.
There was penalties on both sides. There was a holding on them and and the penalty on us.
Right.
So, yeah. But Money Mick.
Yeah, well, this is, if you don't make these,
game blouses. Right. It's over.
So what does this shit rank as opposed to like that? We'll all remember that fucking Washington game where if they fucking score or they hit that field goal where Doug Williams is.
Oh, where he gets sacked and fumbles.
Well, at the end of the 88 season where Doug Williams they hit that field goal, they win or something, and they miss
but I think There was I thought there was a sack and fumble there, but I could be wrong. I have to go back and look. But this one ranks up there. Like this is way up there in the way that it happened. They didn't back into the playoffs.
Nope.
They didn't beat the sisters of of perpetual
Nope.
losing. And the
No,
Browns
this shit
beat
is legit as it fucking can be.
you beat literally possibly the best team in the league at home. You came back to do it.
4 Hall of Famers.
You came back to do it.
Right.
And
right.
It wasn't, I was just saying the GOAT killer. I was like, what they didn't do is what we did watching it was panic. They didn't panic. They were like, hey, well, we're going to have to get some stops here eventually. And whatever defensive game plan that they put together. And again, say what you will about the Zach Taylor era before.
Well,
talking about this
get longer.
Well, I'm talking about sitting in this season where they have players and whatnot that they want to have. They make adjustments at the half, which Marvin never figured out. Marvin going down, what was it, 21-17 at the half?
Good night.
Yeah, exactly. He would have come out, line bucket initially and just not, tried to go out and win the game. And that mother blanker had Carson Palmer. For 10 years, he had Carson Palmer, and he didn't want to do that. So, props to Zach Taylor. Be like, look, man, we got the best player out on the field that we think. We're going to put the game in his hands after taking the ball out of his hands in 2 weeks in San Diego and San Francisco. He learned, and this dude almost threw for 1,000 yards the last 2 weeks. He completed, 78% of his passes today. He was 30 for 39.
And we saw at least 4 bombs of 20.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's not dipping and ducking and dinking and dunking down the field. No, he's taking jump shots like down the field. Like this is I can't. He breaks the Bengals record for yards. He breaks the Bengals records for touchdowns in the season, which Andy Dalton had from 2013 before he broke his thumb, which I'm sure he would have had a few more touchdowns if he doesn't break his thumb in week 13. So
this is amazing. What's that?
I'm blown out. I'm blown out. I'm not expecting. I was hoping for a win. Didn't expect it after how it started, and
I had already reserved my ass for freaking. Yeah, I was like, man, that damn Browns game's gonna be fucking everything.
Yeah.
And in fucking Cleveland, I'm like, if them fuckers win on Monday, they gonna play their ass off. They ain't nobody gonna fucking give us shit.
Right. And now there are some playoff scenarios out there where the Bengals could actually get to the number 1 seed. There's a lot that would need to happen. They could possibly get to the number 2, but I'm thinking that they don't send anybody out there to play. I think they just let the Browns have it. I don't think they're going to push it, especially with their quarterback. Somewhat gimpy, gets his leg rolled up on there near the end on that penalty play. And he said he's fine. Everybody else said he's fine, but I would sooner not roll him out there if I didn't have to, for a possibility. Right now, if the playoffs started, we play the Raiders again in Cincinnati. Give me that. I'll take it. I'll take it all day. I'll definitely take that all day. Oh, is this the play that you were talking about? 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's skip. I know this is the play where Boomers play fake fooled Dexter Manning.
Yeah.
Like he was like, "Oh, I got this dude down." He was happy, and I think it may have been Tim McGee streaking down the field. Not Tim McGee. Not Tim Brown.
Brown?
What's our Brown? Eddie Brown.
Eddie Brown. Yeah. Damn. 30 years ago.
Yeah, this is
awful. And some Obama.
Well, also no off the crossbar, no less.
Right.
Was that to go into overtime?
If they hit that, it's over. Yeah, I think.
So this was this was the game that allowed us to win. I think the
AFC North on this shit.
No, I think this is one that got us for home field throughout the
playoffs. Home field through the playoffs, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow. Look at that VCR tape. It's the tracking.
Who the fuck is taping? Well, I know people who tape this shit, but
You know who transferred it?
transferred it to this. And how many
Mm,
views this shit got? 654.
yeah.
Oh, and here, damn.
And then Breach wins it at the end. Yeah, but I think there was
Right.
some decent plays in between here.
There
I
was.
think there was that Eddie Brown. I don't know. Turk Shoulder, R.I.P.
All right. Turk Shoulder dead?
Yeah, he died a couple of years ago.
Turk Shoulder ain't dead.
Turk Shoner is dead.
What?
Yes.
And there's a famous 85.
Yeah. This is the double fist bump by Sam White, R.I.P.
All right, now he's going.
That at the end, and he gets hit with the
A Gatorade? No.
Turk Shoner. Late Turk Shoner. News. Died 2019.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay.
He's only what? 60?
I don't know.
But anyway, third and 26 or 20,
Yes.
27.
27.
Third 27.
Mm-hmm.
Unfucking believable.
Yeah, that may come down to, honestly, Hutch,
Yeah.
this is a why not us situation about them.
This has been the craziest fucking year ever.
This is literally
But this is one of the craziest years ever. Or I'm gonna say it again. But anyway, this has been a crazy fucking year. Hey, miracles do happen. We just saw 2 or 3 of them.
Breachy. Like,
there's
no reason. There's no reason that the Bengals. There's no team in the AFC that they can't beat. Clearly now. Now, could they go into Kansas City and do that? Probably not. You wouldn't favor them.
Probably not.
But crazier things have happened too. Like they're on one of those rolls, late season, a team gets on a roll at the end of the playoffs, or at the end of the season. It's 3 games in a row.
Who the fuck? There's nobody that I can think of in the AFC that can stop Chase.
Correct. Or the other ones. And again, prior to today, and I don't think today is any whatever, the Bengals defense, will show up, get sacks, and do those types of things. That stuff kind of travels. And again, playing against them, it's a completely different animal. But there's not going to be another team that's going to be able to roll out an offense like that that's there. You're like, oh, we play the Colts, Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to stop the run, but Carson Wentz ain't going to scare you for sure. I guess the Chargers could kind of air raid you, and they kind of sort of did, but really didn't either. So you could get scared about that, I guess, if they even make the playoffs. You worry about
the Chargers are out right now.
You worry about they're about to get back in because they're winning.
Oh, right, yeah, they are. But, the teams that I'm whatever about
offense not gonna do anything to you today, even though they scored 50 against the Jags. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's nobody that's going to like scare you in that regard.
Right. They're right. The teams that the Chargers would give me problems, but it's gonna be in Cincinnati. And hopefully it might be cold. If Vegas rolled up in this place, I would be like, I know as soon as I say I'm gonna get playoff tickets. I know that'll be expensive as fuck, or at least $200 or $300. That ain't happening. But
you don't have social media, but the Bengals Twitter feed has the little Z on it now for the playoffs.
Right, it's on here for fucking on the ESPN.
Yeah,
Z.
They added it.
That's been damn. Where's my alcohol? But that's been a long time fucking coming.
Yes, it has. So yeah, first time since 2015 and the debacle, the Jeremy Hill debacle, and everything went downhill quickly from there. And so finally, they bring themselves, back after a coaching change, after a man. I don't know if we got the right coaching change, but 2 draft picks in a row, and you drafted 2 freaking ballers. And sorry,
Thank you, LSU. Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry, Penny Sewell. Well, we're good. Thanks, bro. You can hang out with them Lions and be terrible.
Right.
That drafting Penny Sewell doesn't make us a playoff team. I'm sorry.
Oh
It
no,
doesn't.
you're right.
And it probably only makes him have 40 sacks instead of 50.
Right. Well, shit, maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe, but right. If we draft him instead of Chase, that's what 13 touchdowns.
Yeah.
13 touchdowns
and like almost 1,400 yards.
Right. Just, I mean, all that. Oh, but yeah, dumb asses.
Yes, I mean, can you imagine had you made that choice and seen him go do this for fill in the blank team
for Miami?
For Miami, right? And see that happen, and we're sitting there with, Burrow didn't get sacked that many times this year. Tackles in this league, yes, they're important, but
I'm almost sure actually when Detroit would have drafted him.
I don't know. I think the Dolphins were the biggest whatevers because they had the pick and then traded back and then tried to trade back and then traded back. The Dolphins were the ones that really screwed that all up. So for themselves.
Thank you.
Yes,
thank you. You dumbasses.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So yeah, man. All right. So what's some exit music, Hunch? We got.
I mean, the
you're on the podcast. Sorry,
if you're on the podcast, we are the champions.
That's standard.
I know it's so stale. Shit. What Palmer Funkadelic?
What's that one? What song?
Shit. What? Got to get over the hump. We did get over the hump. That's Bob Gunn. Defend yourself. That's Bob Gunn. Yeah. Got to get over the hump. We got over the hump.
All right. So again, if you're on the podcast version of this, you'll hear that as the play out on the if you watch it on YouTube, you won't hear the music or whatever. But except for our cool new intro.
So you got a cool new intro?
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Oh, sorry.
On the YouTube part with all the pictures.
Oh, yeah. You're right. You're right.
You didn't watch it. Terrible. It's terrible.
This is an amazing day. 2 days into the new year.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's playoffs in Cincinnati. Oh, shout out to the Bearcats.
Yeah, they tried.
Yeah, they tried. They played them better than fucking.
Yeah, Michigan did.
Yeah, shout out to Georgia, the other red team and black and white kind of team that I live here. So yeah, they put the whopping down on Scum, which is great.
I forgot to swing it around the AFC North. So the Rams beat the Ravens today and pretty much eliminate them. Pretty much once their quarterback went out anyway, I think it was a wrap. I mean, they have been ravaged by injuries and COVID, but tough luck, nigga. Shit happens.
Ain't nobody crying here.
Ain't nobody crying. Y'all got. I mean, it is what happens. That's it. So I don't know if they're eliminated, but if they're not,
I think they're done.
Multiple levels of help.
I think everybody in our division is done so now.
Well, I think the Steelers, if they win both, I think they could sneak in, but they need help now too.
Right. I think they're all done. It's on here.
That's the NFC.
What's
the AFC.
That was okay. Wait a minute. Standard. And then playoffs.
Right.
What in the hell?
If you're on the YouTube, you're going over the playoff scenarios. Why were they not giving you the AFC?
I have no idea. Well, they're probably updating it right now because the asses are getting whooped. But anyway.
Yeah, you had it up a second ago that it said which team, what they needed to see happen to get in.
Right. But I mean, okay, the Patriots got one of them because nobody can get up to 10 wins.
Mm-hmm.
But that's left.
Well, whoever's left is what?
I mean,
this is not
the Colts. The Colts would get vaccinated people because the Colts just fucking donated one that they shouldn't have.
Correct.
And but hey, you know what? I don't want to see the Colts. So they're them
I would
dumbasses.
rather play the Colts and try to stop the run as opposed to getting air raided. I think by one of those teams that could throw it a lot. Give me Tennessee in round 2 or whatever.
Tennessee is perfect. I would love to play Tennessee because they're
got to do a
decimated.
score 21.
They're decimated. Maybe old boy will play. Julio Jones will play. Maybe he won't.
Maybe.
50-50.
Yeah, he's done too.
Right. Who else is in this bitch? Well, the first round you just got to get past. Hopefully, the Raiders, but it won't be the Raiders. It'll be the Colts.
Well, the Raiders, I think.
Or the Chargers.
I think the Raiders play the Chiefs or the Chargers next week.
Right. So Chargers are going to be back.
The Chargers are going to be back in here at 9-7.
Right.
But with one of those spots.
Right.
But like, who do the Chargers play next week? And who?
They play. I think they played.
They don't play the Chiefs.
Or they play the Raiders, I think.
Do the Chargers play the Raiders? So that could actually be a literal elimination game. Like
right. They do play the Raiders.
Yeah. Mm.
So yeah, they do. That will be an elimination game.
Where is that one?
At
Raiders. Yeah, at Raiders. Wow. That'll be something.
Right. But I would never, of all the shit that could have went down today, there was a meteor hitting the planet, and the Bengals
don't look
the
up.
Chiefs. Right.
Don't look up.
Yeah. So yeah, don't look up.
Yeah.
Amazing shit just happened today, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely come back and watch the 40-minute, condensed.
I might need that hookup.
Yeah, I got you.
But or not. Well, yeah. But it's a wonderful day. Oh, I went to Fanatics. Fanatics ain't fucking cheap.
Oh no, it's like $35 easy. That shit, easy. $40. Wow. Well, that's because that's the dry fit. Like the first
dry fit is nuts. Yeah. That's a $50 T-shirt, with shipping.
Shipping for free. That ship's free.
Fuck, man.
I'm not buying. I'm not buying any gear.
It's plus size, $40. So, damn, I'm already going.
The fatties have come in.
The fatties buy up all the shit. So, right, can you get one?
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Oh, man, then get this.
Last purchase 6 minutes.
You know, get this shit in Myers and shit. I could drive up. Drive up for that one. It'd be $20.
Yeah.
But anyway.
The Rule of the North shirts are kind of dope. I've been in this movie before where I bought something before the playoffs and they lost.
Shit. You have bought. I mean, fuck, you could have bought a Benetton sweater in the 80s and shit. They've all. That'd be the last time if I won a playoff game or the early 90s. Excuse me.
Well, as Parliament Funkadelic starts to play us out, go ahead.
We ain't do nothing about Madden or none of them things.
I was gonna say it to you, but
get it all in.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Our love for football was ingrained in us. We played football in every fucking way we could, but I think the thing that probably put us all together and people that we knew in the late 80s, early 90s was Madden, John Madden football. And it changed my life.
Yeah, we for us, we started watching football. We played football, whatever game it was, whether it not necessarily recess, but like kind of park ball at the park, play with your friends. Was that not Winnipeg Scramble? We play all these games, and then we go home and we watch football. And then you knew when Madden was there, it was a big ass game. You saw him on the TV or whatever. And then once they made the video game, it became a phenomenon from when it was just the game. Then with his voice on the game, when that was a big changer. And then it just became, for people that have PlayStations or whatever, like it was like, well, when is it coming out? And then it became even bigger than that after he even dropped off of it, where, midnight showings, to pick up the game and now to downloadable content. I mean, it's just, your nephew, the GOAT killer or whatever, he had the game on his PlayStation 4. He got a PlayStation 5 for Christmas. And he bought the freaking PlayStation, the Madden game on PlayStation 5 because he was like, yeah, I need to be able to play it because
the PlayStation 4 version sucked. But I heard that anyway. But that's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I tweeted and I texted y'all the same thing. I was like, Madden has probably ruined more friendships and relationships than any other game. But your flip side of that was, it's probably saved a lot of kids' lives from keeping them in the house from out being in the streets from playing Madden. So
I know it probably saved my ass being out in the streets a lot. But yes, it ruined. I might be single today because of Madden. But whatever.
Yeah. But it's definitely ruined some friendships. Damaged them at least. Yeah. We all got stories.
I got two great stories. I told you one. I had the first Madden game, the one that came out on the PC in 1988. I had it, but the problem was that I didn't have a computer. So, so I would go to the damn computer labs and play this shit after I got off work at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. And another classic for the '92 version of it. It was only available in this one fucking place in Columbus that I knew of anyway. So me and my other friend Grover, we fucking walked 2.5 miles in the snow to get that bitch.
Uphill both ways.
Uphill both ways, and it was some deep ass snow. Yeah, it's deep too. Yeah, exactly. And we got them shits, and we played that shit for about 30-some hours straight. I am not lying.
I believe you completely. I got one. It involves you, and then the damaged relationship after. Like I was home for Christmas. This was Madden, probably 92.
Yep, at 92.
92 on Sega, and we was home for Christmas, and he was playing you, and you was beating my ass. But where you was beating my ass, like I was dropping down the pass, and when I tried to throw, you would hit whatever button there to block my pass, and it would knock it down at the line of scrimmage. I didn't even know that was a thing. I was like, I'm gonna get my ass beat. I get all said, I don't like losing nothing. And I was like, oh, whatever. So I took my Sega back to college, and I was playing my roommates like, oh, you want to play Madden? I'm like, oh, okay. We was like kind of competitive Madden players at the time.
Right.
But I had this new trick now. Every time he drove it back to throw, I'd be like knocking his passes down at the end. Man, he got so mad. He didn't play too much after that, actually.
Right. Oh, yeah. Well, I got more stories than that. But I mean, yes, we were playing serious. We were really serious. In '92, that was the one where the fucking coin flip or something. If you got the ball first, I mean, I'm sorry, you always got the ball first or something. It was fucked up. So if it went to overtime and you got the ball first at the beginning of the game, you got the ball first, I believe, in overtime too. So like, oh fuck.
Yeah, I'm losing. Yeah, it's a thing now. Like to see it have progressed from my childhood or young adulthood to my son playing it now. It ain't stopping. His death is not going to stop that. And it's so funny. He passed away, and I was like, oh, I want to watch this All Madden documentary, and I didn't. Just because it's like one of them things. Like I wanted to dedicate 2 or 3 hours, and he died. And I was like, I need to go back and watch this. Just because because I mean, you hadn't seen him in forever. He's probably been off TV for 10 plus years at this point. And just people going by the game. Like, I mean, I seen people on Twitter was like, I didn't know Madden was a real person. Because people as young as hell. Yeah, right. I remember that. Yep.
Yeah, this is the one I had.
You sell that shit for $300?
I wish.
Yeah.
Well, shit, there's one on here now talking about 38 or what was it, $3,500 some shit.
Wow. Yeah, people get nuts. So,
right.
but yeah, that's it was a great game. It was, again, in the days that I played gaming, I was like, well, I know what I'm doing on August 1st or whenever that shit was coming
When
out.
that shit
I'm
came
gonna
out,
buy
boy,
it,
I was
get my
late
Bengals in
August.
there, and start to play.
Right. And
Yeah.
I had it for the Sega. I had it for the Nintendo 64, which it sucked. I had it on Super Nintendo too.
Wow.
And we tried all the rest of them too.
Yep.
The Joe Montana. We had Mike Dicker had one.
Oh, shouts out to, but the good one was the one by the that wasn't EA Sports. Oh,
ESPN.
It was called like 2K back in the day.
Yeah, that was by right. It was, like Electronic Arts came up with their own shit.
Yeah.
A 3DO. That's that shit called. Yeah. So I had a friend who had that shit.
Cream rises to the top.
Right.
But
now, I wish I watched the shit. I watched tournaments on TV, on YouTube, and I'm like, I can still do it. No, I can't.
No, you can't. Yeah, I can't do it. I don't even play against my son anymore. Not because I'm afraid of losing, I just don't want to lose. So maybe I'm afraid of losing.
Right. Now the buttons got about 12 buttons.
Too many buttons. Yeah.
Too many buttons and
arthritis.
Skill sets.
Arthritis. Yeah.
Right. But the shit looks real. It looks great. The Bengals are never gonna win in real life, but you can always win. You can win in Madden.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, Madden give you hope. And I think about it now, like how serious it is. The players was like waiting for their Madden ratings as if they was waiting on a stripper. Like they're like, what is my Madden rating? What is my Madden rating? And an upset when it ain't what they think it is.
Right.
It's amazing.
So, I was about to say this. I was saying it for trivia night. So, of course, within 24 years of Madden games, almost. Okay. But who's going to be the first Bengal on the cover?
Joe Burrow.
Or I think it's going to be Chief.
If they make a run here in the playoffs, it'll be one or the other, if not both of them. Right. But yeah, I would imagine Burrow's gonna, and I don't want the curse either.
Right, we don't want the curse.
Think of the Madden curse. Think all the stuff that's associated with Madden is not just the game. You know what I mean? It's just
it's everything. It's a whole bunch of shit, and like I said,
it's a whole culture now.
It's the only reason to have these things for the most part until you get about 35 and you get too old.
Well, yeah, R.I.P. John Madden. Your game at least brought a lot of joy, happiness, and sorrow and tears, to be honest with you, to a lot of friends and relationships. Yeah, shouts out. So now, again, as Parliament Funkadelic starts to play us out on the podcast version, I am the producer of this podcast. If you are watching on YouTube, please rate and subscribe on here as well. Got a few videos in the archives. I need to add some from another site, but yeah, we need to add some back in there. Who freaking day. It's a beautiful day. One of the best Bengal days ever, to be honest with you, in 50 plus years of Bengal history. It's one of the better days ever. So yes, enjoy it. Enjoy it like the Bengals were in the locker room. Get the gat like Joe Burrow.
But get vaccinated.
Yes, get vaccinated. I made a weird joke. I was like, Bengals shouldn't play next week. They just go, let all the players get COVID. So they don't get knocked out for the playoffs. And just, get ready in 2 weeks. That's basically it. But, that's a joke. We don't want that to happen to anybody. But hopefully Quentin Spain ain't out forever, because left guard now has become a freaking nightmare spot. Yeah. The right side is a complete nightmare situation now too. So we need, some version of health coming up. Trey Waynes get back and freaking what's the linebacker, Jermaine Pratt. Like, we need all hands on deck for whoever we're going to play when we host that playoff game. So who freaking day. All right, so I'm producing podcast. I'm signing off. Hutch signing off.
Who fucking day? Yeah, who fucking day?
10-6. Sounds beautiful. We'll see everybody on the other side. Peace.